All right, so we had a little technical difficulty. Hey, if we're not having technical difficulties, we're not having fun. So let me try this one more time. I promise. Let's do this.
Now that we have all the appropriate accoutrement up now.
Now it's not working.
We can just start. It's no big deal.
I don't even know which one it is. I think it's this one. Let's try it. Good Day Adventures. This is more Drunken Blade, and we're back for another edition of Kinship's Destiny Session 15, Wave Echo. I'm glad to see you guys. As if you were here when we started, we wouldn't have a great session if we didn't have some type of difficulties. So we did have some difficulties. And that intro video was way too loud and wrong. So we'll get that fixed. Fixed uppers. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Feeling safe now that we have Kennedy with us.
So it is the day before Christmas. Christmas. Well, some it's Christmas.
My
It's
Christmas.
soft
Halloween.
Christmas.
2024. I've been busy all day, or I would have thrown something on, but I'm not wearing a hat today, so that's as good as you guys get. Showing off my new coif, my new haircut.
It looks nice.
I know. I mean, people actually like stop me and like, what the hell is that? What's going on with your hair? Because everybody sees me with a hat on, and I didn't wear a hat. I had some meetings to go to. So, but any old way, we are back with our wonderful group of individuals. Who was doing the? I'm sorry, I faded out. Endymion, why don't you give us the lowdown on what happened?
I was putting out Sabrina. Lily's doing it.
Sabrina. So that is our local wizard. She goes by BDS, Broken Doll Sabrina.
Oh, I just realized that. All right. Yes.
K-pop group.
So, are we doing intros first and then the lowdown, or just going? Honestly, my brain is like.
You're
We
muted.
can't hear you, Ken.
Ken, you're muted. Ken, you're muted.
At this point, it might be on purpose.
I think
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna tell you guys what happened last time.
Okay.
All right. Previously on Kinship's Destiny. Well, last time our party had a long night, so somehow they were able to wake up bright and early in the morning, go down to their favorite inn, get some breakfast. Even some people even took off on their own for a little bit before the party kind of conversed back in the woods, where Malux had found Glimmer, who had been missing for quite some time. So we were very happy to see her again. But mainly all that happened last time was decisions needed to be made on what the party needed to do next. Maluk showed a map, Kithwin showed a journal, discussions were had, and decisions were made. It was to the Echo Cave that they would go without Gundren, regardless of his offer, because, well, you can't trust people who are going to run off and just leave you to die. You can't trust them. The local law enforcement wanted our heroes to stay and, give testimony to what they'd seen, but it's not really their thing. So after Kithwin wrote a letter to the very neglectful and very in trouble parents of the party, our group of heroes set off on their next adventure, which is the Echo Cave, hoping to meet up with Glimmer at some point. We really didn't do much. That was it.
We had a productive day. You guys stood in the woods and just decided what you were going to do. I mean, we had a long session, but it kind of went fast. We had a lot of role play last session.
Begged my friends to go adventuring with me.
Yeah.
And then we did a ton of admin.
So, as we get ready, we left the party last time, just a little ways away from what they presume is the Wave Echo Cave, according to their map. They're not very far away. It's just extremely rugged trying to get there, especially the route they took. They took the most direct route, took them right through the hills and these small mountains. and hopefully leading them straight to the path that they need to find. With that, we decided we were going to bed down in a really nice little area, super secluded. Looked like there may have been somebody had camped there before. But we're going to start it off as you guys are just settling in to your routine for the evening. And
Ken frozen is his typical Ken.
Always the best faces.
All right, who's going to become the DM now when one of us slides up there?
1, 2, 3, not it.
We get to
Actually, I can handle it. I'm a forever.
I'm not ready for a long
We'll see-
campaign yet.
We'll
I
see
still got
who
one shot.
Destiny chooses.
You kind of do have like a low key Mercer cosplay going on right now with the bow vest.
Yeah, the battle dance. I didn't do like the blood and the dirt because it's a pain to wash off.
It looks good though.
Makeup removal wipes. Wonders.
Yeah.
Oh well,
All right.
we got
Oh,
two
well.
DMs.
It was Charles.
All right.
Next
How
man
much-
up.
How does small damage get calculated? Tell me
Y'all
now.
ready to make new player sheets? Just make a new player sheet. They're all gonna die right now.
All
Yeah,
right, hold
okay.
on. So I'm gonna make a rogue. Hey, he's back. Hey, we didn't try to usurp the kingdom.
Well, the new
Take your
DM
ass
gave
up.
us like a lot of gold and stuff.
that's fine.
Yeah,
How come
yeah.
I don't?
Yo, we're like level 12 now. Is that cool?
Sure.
I
Shanoa,
can
I
go to
don't
the
have a
Shadow
picture
Realm.
of you.
I have a pet to ask.
Where's your picture
You
at?
don't have a. I don't know.
You're not. Do you want to pop off and come back
Always.
on? Oh my God.
Okay, hold on.
The zombies got him.
Ridiculous.
We told him there was
We need
a
to
new
wait for him to
character,
respawn.
Eddie.
Gotta load up that typewriter save.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Great.
Hey, you're not
Do I have a
disabled.
picture now?
Yeah. I have
Do I have
no
a
idea.
picture now?
Yes.
Yay!
Where did I leave you guys off at?
Pit of despair.
We have
I-
Justin right at the campsite that had been cited.
Thank you.
We had all ascended to godhood.
That's fine. You want to go that route? You know what? You can go ahead and make level up to 20. Go ahead and make all your stats 20, and then increase all by your normal modifiers that you would normally increase throughout the levels. Pick anything you want. Go into the DMG and pick up to 27 different magical items of wondrous, rare, anything, and we'll go from there, and we'll see how far we get.
Opportunities, all that, bitch.
Nah,
think
that's
Garrett
boring. Let's have
first.
some campfire roleplay instead.
Yes,
Let's
but
do it.
before
Let's
we
do
also
it
get
before
to
the internet
I'm-
decides it's going to cut us off again, or cut me off again for some strange
I'm
reason.
excited for my character to wake up.
Okay. So we just settled down for the evening. Do you guys want a some kind of a staying awake order, or watch order, or
Watch order? We can do that. Who
Yeah.
wants first watch?
I mean, I could help with multiple watches too, because I only need the 4.
Yeah, a couple.
So it's just the ones I need 4 as, but for sure.
we
I
just
could
need
go.
we just need 3 watches. We're not going to divide it
Yeah.
into 4.
All right, I'll do as many as I can of those. So that's
I guess I'll take.
So I got
second.
okay. You got second, Maluk's.
I'll assist with 2.
Okay.
All right.
Who's got first? Endymion and Sabrina.
I guess I'll take the third then, because nobody's taken third yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go second a little bit into third if need be, but yeah, I think
Okay.
it's good.
So, Guys settling in. Sun's just starting to go down. The sky is kind of clearing up.
As we are settling down, I would like to reach into my bag and procure the tents that I got for my companions, so that they may have a restful sleep.
Okay.
From the bag of holding.
Oh, I didn't see you got these. That's so cool.
Yeah, I figured, in case the elements come around, I can't do umbrella all the time, so this is for you guys if you want them. If you prefer the
Privacy.
stars, yeah, just in case things happen. Luke's does a little bit of a sideways glance, in no direction in particular, but yeah, I'll make sure that's in the inventory. But yeah, no, about 4 tents, I'll say. So we have some spares.
And I guess since we're just getting settled in, it's probably sun's going down about dinner time.
Just about.
It's going to be 6, 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. It is getting maybe a little chilly, but it seems like it's going to be fine for the evening.
I'll start making a little bit of a fire just so we have something to cook on, and just kind of like get whatever dinner rations we can together. Just make some dinner with. I think I have some brewer's supplies, so I have some cooking utensils and stuff.
Well, if you're setting that up, then Sabrina would probably be off closer to the trees, letting the little ball of dirt roam around while she kind of just is touching the trees a little, very tree huggery kind of way, like she's trying to figure something out.
Tree huggery. Remember, this is
Yeah,
a
not
little
hugging, but looking around.
just keep
It's
in mind
like
it's a little.
skullduggery, sort.
Yes.
I look over at Sabrina and then just make eye contact with Chanel across the way, just like a shared concern. Like, should we go check on her, or do you think she's just figuring something out?
Well, maybe she's checking for like poison ivy. Hopefully, she's checking for poison ivy.
Oh,
She's
God, I hope
walking
she's-
around in the woods.
Yeah,
I mean,
she
Her
really
head is now on the tree.
I mean, I could go check on her. I guess I need to set up my string with my bells just in case somebody tries to sneak up.
But Luke's just in the
Anyways.
process of turning the IKEA
So-
manual over. That's going. Oh, okay, I got it. he's
So
busy
she's
setting that stuff up before he'll light a campfire for everyone.
she's leaning up against the tree. I may not have been paying attention on the way up. Had she been hitting the bottle while we were walking?
No. I think she's kind of had a little bit more of an earthy thing going on. You know how before it was very prim and proper, her mom wanted her to be. She's got a boho hippie phrase going on right now, and I think she's just working some things out. I think.
I noticed she's been playing with the ball of dirt quite a bit lately.
Tara, yeah. I don't know. But Endymion, it is actually a pretty good idea for you to go check on her. I think she'd like that a lot. Actually, I think you should do
I
that.
mean, plus it's on the way. I have to go to the edge to put my little bell.
Yeah.
Just watch out for the poison ivy potentially.
Now, what was it? Was it leaves of 3 leave me be?
Well, if they're itchy, you'll for sure know. So,
Okay, go rub a bunch and
That
let
means
us know
it's
which ones
too
make you itchy.
right, for sure.
Yeah, if it
I'll
makes
just
you
then
itchy,
I just get up and just walk over to where she's at. Be like, "What you doing there? Playing hide and seek or something?" Or
I am listening because I know I hear something.
is that like from one of your senses, or is you getting hungry? Because we're getting ready to settle down and get some food. Or
Oh, you guys can go eat. I will be there in a moment, but I know this tree is trying to talk to me. I just need to listen correctly. I also don't think I know their language, but I'm almost entirely certain that I'm doing something correct. And Archimedes agrees with me. And you just see the owl like.
I mean, what did you just kind of thinking for a bit, like how to phrase this, but well, where do you think that she would hear you from? What if you're trying to talk to it and you're not even facing the correct way? What if this is the tree's back?
I've never really thought of a tree as having a typical humanoid body. I feel like that would be like bottom, not sides. And anyway, I'm just trying to commune with the nature a little bit. This is new for me, okay? This is just a weird inkling that I'm having, and I want to explore it. Because had I had this back at home, my mother would have hit me with a ruler.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, my ID says that they communicate via their roots, so you might want to try that way. Or if you want, you can ask Luke if you can borrow his decanter. Maybe it's thirsty or something. Maybe it's some help.
In the distance, one of the tentacles goes. Mage hand
Slightly
pulls
turned
down.
on it. Maybe not. It's kind of busy with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna quickly set up a little bell trap. Help us stay up, and hopefully nothing triggers it. It's always a thing that happens with us, right?
Okay, where do you set this bell trap up at? Can you explain this to me? I set up a bell trap. It doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, I was just telling that her, but for real, like next to the tree, I'll use the baseline to keep it up like a foot above the ground, and kind of taut to where I can tie it off. Maybe if I have to put a stake, I'll put a stake, and with like some bells off at the edges so they're not seen that easily. And then I don't want so it's a foot high, so like small animals, terra or anything won't trigger it, but a larger creature will.
Sure.
Sabrina had fallen to the ground as soon as he said about the roots and was like finger digging, like trying to like feel something. Then that's where she's at.
Kip is just flipping eggs in a pan, putting it over the fire, trying to get it all cooked.
As Kithwin had gone to start cooking, he moves his arm like a flint and steel strikes off his arm and lights the fire for her.
Oh, thanks. I was having trouble keeping it hot.
Yeah, no problem.
Are you doing okay setting up the tents? Do you need some help?
Oh yeah, I got it. Here. He's just talking to his mage hand. As it's like bringing the tarp over.
Well, as soon as it's done, I'll come and help with the rest because that's only like one so far, right?
I think we can get 3 set up and we should be fine. I don't know exactly how everyone wants to sleep. I know Andy probably doesn't exactly need a tent, but it'll be somewhere safe for him to do his zone out thing.
I see. Shanoa, you doing okay over there?
Shanoa?
You're muted again, hun.
I'm good, but I'm worried about Sabrina. I don't know if she's trying to find grubs or night crawlers to go fishing, but she seems to be digging in the ground now.
I mean, we sent an Indy to
You
go
sure
talk
she
to
wasn't
her.
hitting the bottle on the way?
There's nothing left in the bottle. I mean, unless she got some from the tavern. She's not drinking. Okay, we're all picking up new habits. I could see that, but she's never been a drunkard.
I don't drink. What are you guys talking? Oh, there is a killing.
Sabrina is now starfished on the ground, staring up with eyes closed.
Okay, you know what, Shanoa, can you keep an eye on these eggs? Just flip them in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be
Make sure she didn't.
right.
Make sure she didn't eat any of those mushrooms that may be over there.
Oh, Christ on a cracker. Okay, yeah.
If need be, I have another tarp.
Kithwin just kind of wanders over, peers down over her. You doing good, Brina? You gotta admit this is unusual.
Kith, look, my hands are dirty. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to clean out the dirt from my nails as she sits up. Isn't that weird?
Honestly, I'm kind of proud of you. That's the most dirt I think I've ever seen on your personage in your entire life.
Yeah, now it's all over my hair, but that's fine. I'll
Does
just
it
find my
feel
wig
does
somewhere.
it feel good? Does it feel like right to you?
That's the thing. It just, you know, when you find like that perfect set of earrings, like when you're at the, maybe for you it's ribbons. For me, it's rings and necklaces. But when you just see that perfect set and you put it on, and if it's just right, that's what this feels like. Like a
Well,
missing.
cool. Do you want some help? I'll grab some dirt for you.
I'm all caught up on dirt. I'm just trying to figure out how people commune with nature. I know that there's a way
Oh.
to do it, and I'm trying to find my way.
Well, I
It
mean,
didn't work. The hands didn't work. I'm hoping
in
laying on the ground will work.
well, in like the stories they used to tell, I know there was like some of those druid people. They would just be able to like walk up and just like tap their hand and just say like "Hello, tree," and they would get like stuff back. So maybe have you tried saying hello to the tree? I mean, I saw you trying to feel it up. I think I'd be a little like not so willing to talk if somebody had like patted me down first. So maybe you just need to be like introduce yourself and be like, "Hello, tree. My name is Sabrina."
Wait, like verbally?
Yeah.
And then beyond just behind the tree, just poking out. Oh, have you tried like, I don't know, aren't you magical? Connecting with your magic or something, like weaving like the stories or something, whatever it is.
That's different. That's very different. I know how to knowledge-based magic. All me, my thing. This is new, and I like it. I haven't figured out the mechanics, but the verbal thing might work. Maybe after 8 because I'm actually really hungry.
Yeah, the egg should be just about
Do
ready.
you want your eggs scrambled? Because it seems to be the kind of vibe I'm getting from you right now.
Sunny side up, please.
We're just a little concerned because you got to admit this is different for you, but you seem okay, right?
Oh yeah, this is the best I've ever been. Everything that's ever bothered me, like the fact that I wasn't getting enough sleep, the fact that I couldn't shower properly, the fact that my makeup was not sitting on my skin correctly, all those things don't bother me anymore because my mother isn't here to tell me about them. And then all the bad things that we've done, well, not really bad things, more self-defensey things. I don't have to worry about them because do you know that you can just put that stuff in a little box in your brain and then just shove it to the back and then you don't got to worry about it. And now
I do. New thing. Okay, well, yeah, fuck yeah, girl power, sure. We'll keep working at this later, but maybe let's get some food in you, and then later we'll both sit amongst the trees and just chill and see if anything speaks to you. Chanel mentioned this, and it is important. We got to watch out for poison ivy. We don't want to get a rash. I don't think I see any. Can I roll a perception or like a nature to see if there's any poison ivy?
I'll help. I can help. You have help.
Cool. Nature. That's a 16. Let's see if I do any better.
That's
18.
good.
So 19.
Yeah. In this particular area, there does not seem to be poison oak, poison ivy, anything like that.
I think you lucked out. I don't see any leaves of 3 leave me be around.
No.
Any flowers?
Although there are small clusters. This area that you're in, it's quite rocky. There is some deeper in where you guys are in. It is a little bit more of this granitic soil. It doesn't seem in any way like really good topsoil. It's a very granitic soil, very coarse. But the trees that are there, sparse, but that are there, the ones that you're um, meddling around with. Those are probably oak trees or something like that. So they have nice deep roots that probably feed off. Remember, there is a tiny stream. It's not even a stream. It's more of a trickle, but it is a something from coming from underground, a little wellspring or something like that. This trickles out some water. It seems to be fine. With your nature check, we'll roll over to that. The water seems to be fine. It's not a ton of water, but it's enough to probably fill up a water skin in a minute or two. But other than that, not too much of anything. This late in the year, a lot of the little plants that maybe had flowers are brown.
You know what? I think from what I'm looking around, it seems to be a bit late in the year. Maybe you can't communicate with the trees because, like, they're asleep right now, like hibernation or whatever. Why don't we go over and maybe wash our hands off in that stream, eat some dinner, and then try again later, maybe in a place with sort of richer dirt.
Okay. She scoops up Tara and puts her in there into the bag. But as she scoops her up, you see that she's actually a tiny little owl. And she's like, "Stop making fun of Archimedes." And just put it in the bag.
Aw, she doesn't like being she enjoyed being an only child, huh?
Oh yeah, major jealousy. Andy, are you coming to eat? Or are you done with the bells? The bells.
Yeah, I should be done with it. Why, you need help getting up? No, just go over and help her up.
I'm still on the ground.
I would offer to help you up, but I couldn't help you up past maybe a foot. I am 3 feet tall. Indy, please help her up.
Demian would reach out his good hand and just help her up.
Sabrina would take a get up and in very classic move, probably stumble on the very heavy yank and crash right into him. I'm sorry. I'm still getting the ground under my feet.
Kip has just slid out frame because she's like, I did my job and left.
Well, it's not just from under you. Apparently, it's got dirt all over you, and I'll just gently help her somewhat dust off. So, you going with a hippie look, or what's the boho? Or...
Oh.
Well, it's more of a experiment. You see, I've just never been dirty. So, I mean, how bad could it be, right? Don't they tell us that kids should eat dirt and stuff to get a better immune system?
Right. I don't know what to say, but yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But I mean, you got to be careful. You're gonna have stuff growing out of your hair with the rate you're going.
That instantly makes her panic, and she like, Malux?
That what? Huh? What? Yeah. I'm here.
Predestination on my hair. I like my hair enough that that can't be dirty.
Okay.
Predestination on my hair.
Yeah, hold on. And he takes out his bottle and just holds it over here and is like, I'm really sorry this is going to get you wet. And just uses his magic words and just water, cleaning, helping. It's just really weird for him to be called to assist like this, but he's just like, I'm there. It's just helping her out. Prestidigitation, water, shape water, all sorts of like cantrip stuff to help her out. It's just like, what do I do?
She has like luscious Vidal Sassoon hair at the end because of all the prestidigitation.
Oh, thank you. I just
No problem.
getting dirty's fine so long as I can clean myself afterward.
Yeah. With a wave, immediately like mostly dries it out, but leaves in enough of that moisture to just give it a good sheen. Just Right.
I think the eggs are ready.
Yay! And then like just one last big-eyed look at Endymion in a very like it's like you know what you're doing, and then just takes off.
Side eyes and Endymion.
So after you all eat and have your fill, probably fill up your canteens or water skins, get ready to hunker down for the evening. Is anyone not sleeping in a tent tonight? Going once, going twice.
I bunk with Kithwin.
Yeah, we can share one. I'm small enough.
I
Nope.
think
Nobody wants to commune with nature.
I
Okay.
think, despite the fact that he got tents, Malukes does not sleep inside a tent. He sleeps on a bedroll. However, the problem is he's afraid of having night terrors where he's going to accidentally breathe fire.
Torch the
So
tent.
he gets night sky.
Okay. It's going to be warm enough. I mean, it's not going to, especially for you, you'll be okay. It's not going to be like freezing cold over the night. It's just, anything else before you guys hunker in? Did you you made a fire? We established that you had probably just enough wood from last time when we talked to get at least through the night.
Did we want to do any more chatting while we were all together around the fire, or did anybody have anything they wanted to get out? Or is it just like shovel food in our face? We're all too fucking tired and we went to sleep.
Well, it has been a long trip. I mean, you were on the cusp of a little bit of what are we going to call that? Maybe just being like, I'm done for the day. We've traveled. It's been climbing up and down boulders and making your way through. It's been a rough day, but it's up to you.
I have something, but for when I'm doing the watch with Indy.
Okay. So you two are up first for your watch. If you guys could give me a single perception check, you can have advantage. Well, no. Actually, let's do it this way. We'll make it even better. You two are on watch. What are you doing?
Well, most Indy is most likely like a bit more vigilant than Sabrina. Sabrina has once again let out Tara, and she's kind of just like trying to meditate a little, but she can't because she's alone with Endymion.
Huh? What? I'm just trying to keep guard since Demian's gonna try to keep guard because I mean he kind of got distracted last time, so he's trying to be better, do better. So he'll just kind of every now and then pace back and forth, and just when I meet where Sabrina is, where you are sitting, you're sitting near the fire or by the tree lines.
I'd still be by the fire, but like on the ground, trying to like meditate a little, or it looks like I'm meditating.
And just find the free time within my guard. I'll just walk up and be like, "Aren't you supposed to be keeping guard with me, or are you just having funsies with the earthworms again?"
Are you doubting your skills, Endymion? I will be there in a moment once I figure this out. So I wonder if it's directional based. Maybe I have to face north.
Wouldn't it be more based off the sunlight they receive, or you're trying to talk to something other than the trees?
I'm trying to get some kind of lore dump, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing out here, Endymion. This seemed like a great idea at the time, and yeah, I can't exactly say this has been fun. It's been life-changing. But what am I doing out here? I've been knocked on my ass twice. I'm barely useful. I think I've gotten off one solid spell. And I don't know if I'm just supposed to tag along with my friends and hope that it gets figured out, but I mean, at this point I really am just tagging along. And so if I'm going to tag along, the least I could do is, I don't know, explore something else. And this just feels like a good thing to explore. On a very honest note, I hate being dirty though. I hate it. It's not fun. But the fingernails thing was cool.
Really, you could have surprised me. You were looking pretty good as an adventurer. Like you're one with nature. I mean, I thought you were about to sprout up into some kind of a blue tree. But I mean, just think about it this way. I mean, how often do your books tend to leave out all the smaller details, and then it's only after the fact that everything happens that they write about it. And of course, they're gonna leave the boring or the unfun stuff out. Nobody wants to hype to death. Plus, I mean, we've been writing all kinds of stuff, unaliving other things and stuff. I mean, at least you'll have a real excuse to tell your mother is why you knocked her out instead of just, I went to go chill with my friends.
I think she would have preferred it if I'd gone to chill with my friends because I'd already be home and she could have already. Well, you know how she is with the whole magic and dueling when I get in trouble thing, but wait, what do you mean I looked good? Like I look like I fit, or like it looks like aesthetically good? For scientific purposes, of course.
Yeah, like you knew what you were doing. Like, here is Sabrina looking good on the floor, communing with nature. I don't.
As he's saying that, her like the ground around her starts to change color because she's kind of like it may have like the all she's hearing is there's Sabrina looking good. That's all she heard from that sentence. And a little bit of green grass is starting to sprout right at the bottom, right where her legs and her hands are. You know what? You're right. We should really focus on the watch. So why don't you go stand over there, and I will go stand over there until our watch is over, and everything stops, and the stars stop shining. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Yeah, neither do I, because it's more of a perimeter thing. But I guess you'll just learn it on. I guess, just like all of us.
As he's walking away, she says, like almost like half yelling because this actually pissed her off. It's like, why do you get to stay calm? And then she just walks away.
I just look at my bat and be, I don't know Maniades. I really don't.
So, I need both of you to roll me individual perception checks.
12.
13.
Awesome. So, as it seems that the time has passed about a third of the time, it's about time for you to wake up Malux and Shanoa. How are you doing that?
I'll go wake up Shanoa. Just kind of shakes her. Hey, it's your turn for the watch.
What you guys doing? Not waking up.
Were you yelling at somebody? I thought I heard you yelling, but I may have been asleep.
I don't know if yelling's the word, but it does involve crimson butterflies. I'll talk to you about it later. But that's your turn for
Say
the
no
watch.
more.
and I
Say no
can't.
more.
Uh, I'll go over since he's the looks in his little bedroll, and I would just very calmly kind of like do like a little wave, wake him up since he might startle.
It's just a
Sorry, a little
baby.
wave. You just wave in front of my face.
No, like wave your body instead of shaking you. It's just like a small wave, like.
I did do it. Oh,
It's your turn, I guess, for keeping guard. Or out in the middle of nowhere where you want to be adventuring at.
okay. Nothing happened right earlier when y'all were screaming, right?
No, she was just trying to connect, and she wasn't, except for that little grass thing. So maybe she figured it out. Maybe she did it.
Moves to sit up. His long neck follows up with the head. Just okay. All right, I'm up. I'll be good. Just aims the decanter at his own face. And just says the word. I'm good. Just stands up. Just gives a wave to Shinoa as he just gets himself good.
Sabrina, where are you going to
So
sleep?
I would have gone into the after waking up Chanel. Sabrina would have gone into the tent with Kitwin to
Starfish, tiny starfish.
whom she gently like picks up, moves over, and then gets into her side.
big spoon, little spoon.
Archimedes kind of just gets right behind her and like sits to like not
No,
sleep but just kind of be there.
no.
I'd cuddle Tara just in a sleep state.
Yeah, she's giant right now. She's been playing for a while. She turns into a little teddy bear for you.
Oh.
Big old dirt teddy bear.
Yeah, it's supposed to feel a little bit like clay, but like squishy.
So Malukes
So
pours himself a cup of like warm water, flavors it to be coffee,
And thus decaf was invented.
and just kind of finds a good rock to sit on for a bit. And just like gives a toast to Shinoa. Uh,
s- so I hate to just always be thinking of the bad inevitable. But there's something I need
morning
to
to you too.
like
What?
yeah, well, look, they were yelling at each other. I didn't really well, yelling's a very loose term, but eh.
Oh yeah, I heard.
So so in case God, why do I like just think about this stuff? So we're about to do something that could either be really good or end really badly.
Okay.
And it makes me think about overthinking things. And I've been thinking about this for a while with all of us.
All right.
If if the inevitable happens and she looks down at the sword and she's like, I want to entrust you with this. Take care of it. Because I and I think I picked you because we're similar. And then I started looking at around and well, I think if I gave it to Endymion, it'd probably be pawned somewhere. Sabrina was going to be next in line, but after this whole dirt running around incident, I don't know if she's all there, but she probably has her reasons. Kithwin has a lot going on, and I don't want to burden her with this along with what all she's dealing with. But I think you might be the most responsible one out of all of us, and I just would feel safe if it was with you, just in case the inevitable bad did happen to us.
There is a good considerable pause as those words like smash into Malux's face. Uh, Hearing about the entrusting that he might be the most responsible one, and is sitting there with the glass, like this like tin cup from his mess kit that is now pouring onto the ground as he goes, "Huh, um, okay, uh, ooh, hold on, wait, sorry, you were talking about the inevitable, as in something bad happens to you."
Like, I don't want something bad to happen, but just I don't know if things just go south. Because I think we're about to get in over our head. We've had a lot of close calls, but you can only have so many close calls. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
And yeah,
But I feel me and you are somewhat the same in a way, in a long shot. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
um, I'm gonna be real with you. I was not expecting all of you guys to come with me on this.
Well,
I was going to try to do this, even if I had to do it alone.
Did you think we'd say no?
You know, sometimes when you worry about the worst, yeah, sometimes you feel like you actually haven't been that good of a friend in the past, and that they would say no.
See? This just furthers my point. Me and you are similar in some ways. Overthinking, I guess, is our downfall.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. But I mean, I would not have made that offer if I didn't believe in you guys. And I know it's a little selfish to say I'm doing this because it's something that I need to do, and that I dread the idea of having come out here and not made something of myself. But, I mean, I'm honestly fully glad to have you guys here with me, and I promise you, if anything does come your way, I'm gonna do the best I can to shut it down.
Well, I echo that statement toward you. That again, I don't want something bad to happen, but I figure it's good to have a backup plan and know that not just for you, but Endymion, Sabrina, and Kithwin, I'd lay down my life protecting just any of you. And I'm not going to let anything bad happen to any of you on my watch. Or, I'd follow you straight to the gates of hell if you ask me.
I don't think my planned trip is heading that way.
Well, I hope you don't say it like again. It's if you ask, I would, but like let's not let's keep it. Look, we'll go to a cave, but when you're saying gates of hell, I'd be reluctant, but I would follow you.
turn right into Avernus. Sorry.
All of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
whatever's out there.
I promise.
If it was set in your heart of hearts that that's where you wanted to march, I'd be right there with you. Any of you.
Yeah. So yeah,
But
if something
let's
does happen to you,
let's yes, but let's just keep our standards low. Let's not
yeah,
Avernus, yeah, never, hopefully. But
oh yeah, that's only the first layer, anyways. Who knows where we could wind up if that were to happen? Huh?
and knowing us, we'd end up on that 9th level.
No, I don't think we're bound for that one, if any.
Let's just hopefully it doesn't get like that.
I hear the guy in like the second deepest might have a thing, but whatever. Um, yeah. Just in case, though, I heard the deal about the crown is your sword safe to touch?
Yeah, I've touched it. Nothing's bad happens to me, but
Do I have your permission?
do you want? Yeah.
Very
Well, do you want me
carefully.
to take it out? Do you want to?
I mean, you don't have to. It's just, like I obviously know what a sharp part of the
As
sword
he
is.
like,
I got this thing and pull out the
as
very
he
nice
touches
dagger.
the handle. Yeah, yeah. As he touches the handle, I just go, ah!
Just immediate like surge of magic in my hand, like
Whoa! I didn't think
okay,
the
that's
joke was gonna get this bad.
sorry. You know me, things just happen around me.
Look, I
Yeah.
had to lighten the look. I had to lighten the mood.
Why don't you do me a favor and roll me just a
Humor's
random
the
d20?
safety.
Ah, shit. We looking for 20 or 1?
We'll see.
9.
Okay. Continue on.
Look. Humor is a coping mechanism. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We got all serious.
Yeah. We did get all serious.
So, do you actually hand the sword to Maluk?
I will note this.
But yeah, if offered, I'll take the sword.
I sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get attached to it because I'm still.
I'm holding my frozen hand over here.
I'm still alive.
So Maluk.
If you don't want to touch it, you don't have to touch it.
So Maluk's as soon as you grab hold of the sword.
Here we go.
Although you've seen it on occasion before, maybe not really ever said, "Hey, I want to take a really good look at this." But at this point in time, you're taking a really good look at it. It looks like any other sword, just a high quality made sword. It's a beautiful sword, except for around the hilt and pommel, you do notice that there is some cloth that's wrapped around the pommel, and it seems to be adhered with some kind of it's probably wax of some sort, but it's like doesn't really seem to serve any purpose. That's the only thing you really see that it's kind of out of the ordinary. There's nothing else about the sword. You don't die. You don't get sucked into it. Just looks like a normal, very well-made sword to you.
And I believe this is a long sword. Like,
Yes.
oh, okay, cool. Just kind of put my hand on the hilt and just hold it up. Well, might have to take up sword training at some point just in case. I need to,
Well,
although this is a really nice sword. Yeah,
I'm kind
Not
of attached
proficient
to
in
it,
longswords.
but well, it didn't say you had to use it. I just wanted you to protect it.
I'm sorry, but
do
if,
what
if
you
something happens to my
what you
friend
think's
and I have
best.
to hold it in her honor, I'm going to learn how to use it.
You do what you feels right.
Yeah. Nothing's bad going to happen to you.
Mhm. Just don't. Let's just not walk into Avernus, and we'll be fine, probably.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I offer you this sword right now. Ooh, well, since we are trading uh promises and information and stuff like that, I pull out the decanter and I will teach you the magic words in order to use it and showcase a few functions for you. So it's like so basically I walk down the processes of like splish splash sploosh are the magic words for the 3 standard settings, and then there's like one that has it like consistently pour so you can perform a shower if you need to or something like that. It's handy.
I'll probably forget all this, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, but in case you need to borrow it for something.
Okay. Splish, splash, sploosh.
Yeah, don't
Seems
say
simple enough.
sploosh willy nilly. That's the one.
Oh, that's the yeah. That's the clear out every guy in the room.
Yeah. So I'm just glad to stop her at this moment. Otherwise, that would have been twice. And there's a moment where Malux just kind of sits and ponders for a good bit about this exchange.
I think it was written in a book. Maybe Sabrina can quote the exact thing. It's like with great power comes great responsibility. That's just kind of what I've just had in my head the entire time.
Mm. Unfortunately, I don't have any male role models in my life, so
Well, I just kind of have a. I guess he's a stepdad, or I don't know.
oh yeah. You ever just sit there and
Yeah.
that's one of the things that we have between us is that we're the adopted ones.
Yeah. That's why I think we're connected in some strange way.
Yeah, look at these weirdos with their living parents. And I should not have said
Yeah.
that. I'm glad Caitlin is asleep. I'm gonna shut now.
I only have one. Remember?
Yeah.
And I had half of one, so
Oops.
Yeah,
And you-
I won't.
Alex
I won't
immediately
trust
retracts his
me.
joke, feels bad
I
about
will not
himself.
repeat. I did not hear a thing you said.
Gee, Johnny, why do you get to have two moms? yeah, yeah. He just sits down, shuts up. It's like, thank you. I'm gonna actually try to do some watch now. Might try to do some magic practice later.
Okay.
I think the watch goes. And,
Again, I didn't
Malux
hear a single word you said.
Nope. I don't say words.
So, give each of you give me a individual perception check, please.
Five.
13.
13, you said?
Yeah.
So you guys are awesome. As your guys' shift comes to an end, it's been a few hours and messing around with your magic stuff and
I actually
Doing-
promised I was going to stay up a little bit longer for
Okay.
Kithrin, so
it's about Kithwin's time. How are we waking Kithwin up? Frying pan.
I will go into. Yeah. Hey. Hey, you want to hear what Luke said?
No. Magic hand over her mouth.
Like,
What are you?
I'll-
What is
I'll-
something wrong?
I'll peek
Something
in the
happened?
No, it's your turn. You've got a little bit of dirt
Oh.
on your face because you've been laying next to that mud teddy bear.
Oh, what the hell? Oh
There's
no!
literal roll marks over the top of you.
Oh, this is. Oh man, I just got the blood out of this. Your mom's made this one for me.
What's
Well,
happening?
Outside the tent.
I'll have to rinse it off later.
Well, apparently, I guess Sabrina knows. I guess like mud helps with the pores, so I guess it's good.
I don't know if that's a theory I want to test out in particular, but I'm happy for her. She looks over.
Well,
She just kind of pats
yeah.
Sabrina on the head, all like sleep good. And then gets up for watch. Well, I guess I'm on my own this time.
Actually, I can stay up a little bit longer.
You sure?
Yeah, I had water.
Seeing all the mud in this tent and dirt, I will go sleep in the unoccupied tent.
I very specifically made one for you, so.
Okay, well, guess we'll get to it. Have you seen? Is there like a particularly like good spot to keep watch in the camp?
There's a rock over here. I kind of check over to the side because I know Endymion doesn't need to sleep, so I'm just like seeing if he's up at this point. How's our roguey boy doing? Is he awake at this point, or is he still in the zone?
Looks like he's still a little faded out.
Oh, now he blacked out.
He didn't blink hard enough.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I am awake in my tent. I haven't walked out.
I'm sitting here going like, well, at the very least, you can hear stuff in case it happens. So I wanted to get in some a little bit of control magic practice stuff. Did you want to come with maybe?
Really? You never let anybody watch you practice. This is. Yeah, of course. And as long as we don't go too far from camp, so I can still see what's going on.
We're not going to be too far, so just a little bit of waves in case if something does blow up, it's not our friends while they're asleep, and I don't commit any crimes.
Okay, so just a little bit further on from camp, then I think we can manage that. I'll just keep my head on a swivel.
Yeah, just in case. And I don't go too far, but there's like a definite like distance I go away just to be like, all right. And I go, oh, by the way, I got you something.
What?
And I reach into my pocket, not into the bag, but into my pocket. I go, well, since you've been running a little low and stuff, I figured I wanted to get you something nice since you had been basically running yourself ragged, trying to not that you look ragged or anything like that, but that you've been working.
No, I got what you mean, and no, I haven't really been doing. I've just been doing the bare minimum. I promise. I'm just trying to be a good friend.
I mean, you've been going above and beyond to try to help so many people out. So it's not much, but I swiped this off the lady from back in town, and I don't. And he pulls out a strip of cloth, and he holds it up a bit and looks, and he goes, "Okay, well, I was a little bit off on the shade, but it's this." He holds out a blue ribbon for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, that's really close to Mom's color, but I kind of like this better. Can I?
Yeah, it's a bit of. He turns his hand over and realizes like it actually closely like it's very close to his like new scale color and goes, oh, well,
Yeah, I noticed too. It looks I like your new shade of color. Like I don't get me wrong, loved the pink. But I don't know, this blue feels kind of more like it's you. That's all.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it or anything like that. It's just lasting a little longer than I anticipated. But whatever. It's just anybody can be whatever color they want. So
She takes it and just immediately tries to get it in her hair. Can you just watch and make sure I get the bow in the right place? It's not lopsided.
yeah. And,
Usually I get Sabrina to help me, but she's sleeping.
yeah. No, you got that.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. A brand new ribbon.
Yeah, sorry, it's not magic or anything like that. There's no magic store back in that place. They have like apothecary ingredients and stuff, but I don't. They don't sell magic items there. So
No, it's perfect. Thank you so much.
yeah. But yeah, I just noticed you were running a little low, and I was just like, well, that's something that we need to.
I have given a few away, huh?
A few, several. Sorry, I do a lot of counting just to make sure. Sometimes sometimes I notice the details.
Oh, actually, you know what? And she takes one of the ribbons off of like the side of her top. Here. It's only fair. And she's like, how about your water cantina? And she just does a quick cool little like wrap ribbon braid around the water cantina and then does like a cool sort of like fancy braid down the bottom. There we go.
All right.
Now it has style.
Thanks. I should probably teach you the words for this thing as well, just in case you need to borrow it.
Oh, splish, splash, sploosh, right? I
you remembered. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Right. Sorry. I just want to make sure because, as much as it's mine, I don't want to hog it all the time in case you guys need to use it. So
You're not hogging it. It's yours. You're allowed to have things,
Yeah.
You said all those nice things about us back when we were deciding where we're going to go. And I don't think it's sunk in for you that, like, you're cool too. Like, you've always been really cool.
If you mean that I'm different, then sure.
No, I mean cool.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so far this little journey of ours hasn't had anything disastrous happen to me yet, but
Well, here's the thing. I don't think all those little things that happened back in town were necessarily like your fault. You were put in a place that wasn't necessarily made to fit around you, and you had to make yourself fit in it. And it's like trying to put like a triangle through a circle. It's going to rub in places, you know? So there was nothing wrong with you. It just the town wasn't maybe the place where you could flourish. It was never you were never the problem.
yeah.
I always thought you were kind of neat. Are you okay? Your eyes kind of went dark.
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. I appreciate it.
Do you want to do magic now?
Yeah, let's do magic. And immediately like he goes in like he's got that pendant that the rough diamond that he managed to collect back from Finland has been tied into a leather cord, but he pulls out his little bloodwell vial and just puts that down and goes, okay. I've been trying to do some stuff. And so he like whips his hand around and forms that standard sort of like firebolt cantrip. Just holds it for a brief second. and you see his one of his eyes flashes a little blue as he twists his hands around, and it becomes like this form of ice in the middle of the air. He swaps it again, and it becomes like a small Tesla ball. Cool. This is working. Uh,
Kith like leans in a bit to get a better look at the Tesla ball.
okay, careful. He
It's okay, I trust you.
brings his hands up, and it becomes like this sort of like rumbling fixture in the air. Brings it back down. It becomes like this roiling ball of poison and acid. And it's just all right. Yeah, no, I think I can do some new weird stuff now. And I can and it kind of turns into like this weird like sort of like and it loses color, but you get the sensation that there is something in the air there. Like it's this weird like actual like the floaters you see in your eyes sometime. It's just kind of like hovering there. Okay, that's a new one. All right. And then turns it back into fire and goes, all right, and you should just go away, and just hurls it up into the air where it just
Cool.
all right, cool.
All right, you know what? My turn. I think I
Alright.
want to try some stuff too.
Go off, Queen.
And I'll like touch the back of my staff and kind of activate it, go into that blur state. So she kind of always looks like she's in motion, even though she's standing still. Like it's like waving a little bit. Okay. All right. And then I bamf out my arms and I do a few moves, a couple of kicks, and just kind of spin around in place, just trying to get like, your basic like pugilist fighting stances, some kickboxing, some moves, using all four arms, trying to hit different parts of the air. Whew, man, it's super exhilarating when I have this going. How do I look? Do I look cool?
Yeah, looks cool. You got ghost arms. That's neat.
It's
Huh. Oh, well, you
kinda
kind of look. You look like it. Hold on. And he like, in order to like give her, it's not the best of mirrors, but he like, new cantrip show off minor illusions, ghost arms for himself.
Oh, that's what they look like?
Yeah. Although your height and everything like that. This is. Oh yeah.
It looks like
that's kind of cool.
that's what the astral sea looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a good look when I talked to my not dead grandma, who's just kind of like pushing death off by floating in the astral sea. I don't know. She found like a cheat code.
Yeah. Sure.
My mom was also there, but she's also in here, but she can't talk to me. Also, I think these arms are mom, but they also can't communicate with me, but they're also kind of me. It is complicated. And when she says complicated, she just kind of drops everything and is Kithlin again.
Well, welcome to complicated.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like that now I have sort of a little bit of mistrust with my dad because he didn't tell me things when I came of age. I don't know, maybe he thought it was easier this way.
Right.
But I mean, I don't hate him. There's a part of me that's always gonna know he decided not to tell me something.
Yeah.
That aside, I don't know, just being out on an adventure. Do you remember how many times as kids we used to play adventure and now we're actually out here doing it? Well, okay, I played adventure and you sat really still and were trying not to look around too much.
Well, most of the time I had to be the dragon, so.
Oh, I thought you liked being the dragon. I'm sorry if you didn't like being the dragon.
No, I mean, like, it's great, but like, it's always slay the dragon and stuff. So
I never wanted to slay the dragon. That was always Thordrin. I wanted to make friends with the dragon.
well, I appreciate it. A lot of the other kids felt the same way.
Well, fuck them. They're not out here doing the real thing, are they?
No, all right. But I appreciate you guys coming with me. So
Of course. We're gonna go into the cave. Maybe there's something in there you can use to help your moms out. I mean, none of us really have money like that, but your moms I know have a hard time scraping by. They've come to Dad once or twice for some help, and we've always given them something, but this is a great opportunity for you to help them out, and then also maybe like get some shine on your name.
yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. They mean a lot to me. So
Well, of course they do. They're your parents.
yeah, they are.
And I gotta say, man, I couldn't choose anybody better to be out on this adventure with. Like, I feel so safe with you and Shanoa and Sabrina and Indy. Like, what's happening feels right. The longer we're out here, the more it feels like, yes, this is how it's supposed to be. We're all supposed to be out here together.
Well, I guess you guys are in luck then, because I don't know anyone better that I could have out here with me. So yeah. Sorry, cheesy.
I like cheesy.
Yeah, if you want to do more of those like cool, I guess it's called shadow boxing or something like that. I could do this and just minor illusions, a bunch of like little hit me targets.
Oh my god, that's fucking rad. Okay, yeah. And she reactivates it and starts going ham. It's like one of those like tap light things in the arcade, and she's just like punching and kicking each like little beam of light and knocking it out, trying to get them all out at the same time.
He's just trying to keep up. It's like ding, 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 ding. But yeah, he just keeps that up for a little bit longer. Helps her out with the little bit of the watch, and after a while, he kind of starts closing.
You should go sleep.
I'm gonna go sunk.
I can finish the rest of the watch on my own. Don't worry about it. I'm totally fine. There's nothing that could possibly happen at the end of a watch.
He should be up in a second or so. He's always awake because he's like that. He sometimes I wake up and I see he's just staring at me. It's the weirdest thing.
Staring at you? Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I binge my bed sheets every once in a while. But
okay, well, good night.
Night.
And thank you again for the ribbon. I really love it.
How'd you like it?
So
And-
Maluk's. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead. Like at this point, he is heading his way back to his sleepy rolls, just onto it.
And I'm gonna sit on the rock and keep watch.
Okay, so Maluk says you're making your way back to camp, even though you're just a little tiny ways away. I need you to make a perception check for me.
Yeah. As he's going, he goes tucks his vial back under his shirt.
Okay.
That's a natural 1 for a 3.
That is awesome.
Oh wait,
So-
hold on, Kithman, don't you have? No, you don't. Never mind.
So as you're making your way back to camp,
Yeah.
and maybe feeling good about yourself, a little full about yourself, Endymion, you may have noticed this, maybe not, but all that are awake and now all that are stumbled awake on accident. Malukes has actually walked through the tripwire with bells because he forgot about it and now has a string of bells behind him making loud noises and pretty much waking up the entire group. Kitwin's just kind of just perching on the rock when all she hears is bells going off. Looking down, I do need you to make a perception check, Kitwin.
How many bells did we set up?
That'll be
Really?
10.
You guys are awesome at this game.
So good. We're so good.
Better rolls for later.
Yes, definitely. So you're just perching up on the rock,
Avernus, here we come.
getting sucked into a different plane. No. As you guys are all kind of like getting maybe a little stumbled awake by the bells going off, the ringing, Endymion's kind of looking down at Malukes probably.
Sorry.
I told you guys they were there.
Sorry.
Malukes has this twine with bells hanging off of him. More so Sabrina than anybody else at first. But as you all kind of like come to, those awake, Kithwin, Endymion, and Malukes, over at Sabrina's tent, you all see what seems to be a bowling ball size of earth rolling around. And as it's rolling around, you can distinguish a trail that leads from where the water source is back to that in particular, that specific tent, Sabrina, the one that Sabrina's in. It's made a little trail. As it stops, hearing the bells, for a moment in time, Malukes, you believe you see a small smile on this ball of earth. It seems like it actually has the vague remnants of a face of some sort. It seems to peer in your direction, smile, and then roll into the tent. You can actively see kind of these bulges on the side of the tent every once in a while, as it's kind of something's going on inside of the tent. It may alarm you for a second, possibly trying to get those bells and that string untied from your legs and portion of your tail or whatnot. You see the ball roll out again. Sabrina, not only woken by this feeling almost of being blanketed once more, not just blanketed by your normal bedroll, maybe the quilt that you have. It's actually dirt, and that smell of dirt. And almost disgust because I'm dirty kind of feeling comes over you as you open your eyes. The interior of this tent seems to be coated in this dark, lush soil. And sprouting from this soil, small blades of bright green grass, even in this kind of darkest morning hour where the sun is probably just arising. You can see small pink and white flowers pop and bloom. The outside of the tent seems to take form more or less like, although it's organic, although it is probably made out of cotton or wool or something like that, it almost seems a little alive, maybe in movement, in form. The crossing sticks at the hatches at the front and rear of this seem to bristle out and form new spiraling branches of a sort, like brush or bramble. As the sun is coming up just a little bit more, just within that few seconds, you can see that the entire area around Sabrina's tent is a darkened earth, contrasting from this granitic soil that you knew that was once before. The fire dimmed. Firewood is almost completely gone. As you wake up, Sabrina, and come to realization, you feel more in tune with not only that ball of earth that now sits on your chest, looking at you like a happy puppy, and you too can see this visual impression of a small face smiling at you. What do you do?
That is both the sweetest and creepiest thing I've ever seen. Look at you. Look at me. Oh, like what? Was this me? The question she asks the ball. Tara, was this me or was this you? Who was this? What is this?
You visually get this impression that this actually, I mean, it is a sentient being. It's kind of in a happy place, and it's kind of giving you that nod to your first question.
Oh. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep inside ever again. I do need a bath, but that's beside the point.
Rita, you okay there?
Yes and no.
Just stop
maybe.
running off so I can take this thing off you.
He's been like trying to get out. I don't know how I got it so twisted. Get off. It's like he's pulled out a dagger, but he's like, I'm afraid.
Kith calls back from the rock. She said yes and no. Can we verify how much is yes and how much is no, please? I can't leave my lookout spot to check.
We'll just open the look. Get in here and look. I don't know how to explain this. It's a lot. And
Does this have something to do with the bells that are jingling?
No, that's me. Sorry, it's something different. How do you have this many bells, my guy?
Why did you always feel the need to trigger all my things? It was the thing that
I'm tired. I'm not very perceptive, and the ground is so much farther away from me than the rest of you guys.
Why are we the only thing that ever gets caught in your traps?
Wait, didn't you also trip on the caltrips too?
I don't.
That's what I was telling him. It's like he does it on purpose to see if it works or not.
I want this thing off me so I can give her some more sleep. I gotta check on Brina. Okay, hold on.
So if we get attacked by a wild Malooks, we're fine.
Guys, get in here. This is incredible.
I'm starting to rethink what we talked about earlier.
Okay, I leave the rock and run to the tent and poke my head in.
I take that as permission, and I just go, all right, I really hope you're dressed.
Holy, what in the fern gully is this?
Exactly. It has that, for all of you that kind of poke your head in, it has that fresh, wet, rich, dark soil smell, just permeating the interior of this tent.
And the soil that was here before was sort of granity and rocky. It wasn't this rich.
Right.
So I think you connected with the nature.
In my
more like
sleep.
nature connected all over you.
Hey, really good things happen in your sleep, okay?
Maybe it had to do with what you were dreaming about. Maybe if you talk about that, it might have to channel it.
Well, I was
So what
dreaming
were you
about
dreaming?
dancing in the woods. What does that have to do with anything?
Why are you so interested in her dreams, Indy?
Sabrina says nothing but looks right at him.
Did you feed Tara after midnight or something?
Listen, the ball of dirt looked dead at me and smiled, and I just went, "Oh no, that's ominous." And how much dirt is on her? Are we talking like a couple, like a feet? Is she like buried?
No, what if you get a better look at it? What it looks like is more or less like a thin layer of soil that's intertwined in the roots of these small grass blades and small flowering plants. Even if she was to move it away, no soil drops off out of it. It just feels like it's one continuous piece, like a heavier piece of cloth.
Well, either we clean this off later, or this is your tent from now on.
I need to. Oh my god! that's it. And then she kind of wants to get up and like run out of the tent with saying nothing to you guys.
Just stands back.
I dodge out of the way.
And she runs back to the tree, throws her hand on it. Hello? Hello?
At that particular time, nothing happens.
Well, it was worth a shot. And then like a weird idea kind of floats to her when Archimedes comes and sits. And he's like, what were you doing in your dream? Kind of thoughts that are going on in her head. So with one look back to see if the party was paying attention, hoping they're not.
Wave. There's no way I'm not
No,
looking
we're
at you right
staring
now.
straight at her.
I am so bleary-eyed, but I'm like, is she okay?
She kind of like, you know what? I'm going to roll for it to see if I'm going to do this or not. Okay. Yes, I'm doing it if I get above a 10. No, I'm not doing it if I get below that.
Kip is kind of like giving you inspiration, but just like, I mean, not mechanically, but just like, you can do it.
Sabrina starts dancing in the woods, trying to make something happen. And because I can do it, something does happen. The same, similar, much slower process that happened in the tent. The soil starts to get rich.
So, what's Sabrina's favorite animal besides an owl?
A squirrel.
Okay. So you all see this bowling ball size dark soil colored ball start rolling towards her. The odd thing as it's going towards her, as it's going on this more granite soil, you can physically see it kind of shrinking down and kind of like shedding some of the dirt that's on it. But as it gets right up to her, it actually takes the form of a squirrel, looking nothing more than just an earth-colored statue of a squirrel, and it just sits there.
Sabrina interpretive contemporary dances in the woods.
You know what? Fuck it. Kithwin
Were those
joins because she
eggs
doesn't want her
bad
girl
that
to
we
look too
ate?
crazy.
This is really too early for me. If
That's
I'm
all.
going to sleep soon, I think I'm going to search. As a matter of fact, for my hour of magic, I think I'm going to roll and see if I get something bad. Posthumously. Okay, I was one away. I turn and go, all right, this is great. Update me in the morning, and go back to my bed. Just poof.
Okay. It is extremely early in the morning. The sun is just, you have that glow of the sun will be completely up probably in an hour or two, a couple of hours. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a short recess, get some snacks, come back, and hopefully hit the trail. Is that cool? All right.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if we can get this without messing it up. I'll see
That
you
was
guys.
really cool, by the way.
Guidance.
Thank you.
My gods.
Welcome back. This is more Drunken Blade. And when we left off, the party had a little RP and talking to themselves and getting some things worked out. They're at their midway point for the campsite. And Maluk's kind of sharing more than he's probably shared in a long time. Sharing the location of the bells on a string that Endymion hooked up. But other than that, Sabrina coming into her own with her newfound little abilities that she has, connecting to Earth in a different way. If you didn't join us last session, all the players did level up to level 4. But as the morning comes and the party gets going and starts to pack up their things and fill up their canteens and water bottles, just in case, knowing that Maluk's has an endless supply of water in which to, well, at least water them.
I go around, help reset the tents. It takes a while for Sabrina's tent, just because it's like, I'm going to have to knock all this stuff off. But I take time in the morning to visit with everyone, kind of give them a little bit of a, like, all right, hey, how you doing for this morning? Are we good to go? That sort of thing. And make sure everyone has enough water. We do small fire for some breakfast if we need it. And then once we're all setting up, and everyone gains 9 temporary HP for our day today.
Yay! What's the flavor of the water today, Luke's?
We are going to try out a nice little lemon lime flavor. I've tasted these fruits before, back when I was on a merchant cart, and they were pretty good.
So, if you have put, Maluk's, if you have put a number of tents into your inventory, you will reduce it by 1.
Oh dear, what happened?
The tent that Sabrina was located in, it's now is, as you go to maybe pull up the stakes, those aren't stakes. They're looking more like actual plants, like a root or something that's grown up, grown. Any type of rope or anything holding the tent to the ground is actually turned into some type of a vine. This looks very organic in a plant kind of form, but it's not mobile in any way, shape, or form.
I kind of stare at the tent that's been overgrown and has been claimed by the earth and just go, I guess nature finds a way. Just kind of drum my fingers on like my leg and just kind of look over at Sabrina.
Well, I mean, think about how cool that is. From now on, anytime anybody camps here, they have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guys, don't worry about it. I actually had also picked up a tent. So, just in case something happened. But
I'm just sitting there going, yeah, anybody can use it whenever they come by here. And I'm just in the back of my mind weeping that it's 2 gold, which is such a hard amount of money for me to have come by and done past. So,
Kithwin, as you guys start to gather your stuff, and I'm presuming you're still heading in the same direction that you were, correct? Okay. As you start to do that, you in particular, actually nobody else, you in particular, given this, you hear, hey, Kit!
Is that Glimmer?
As you look
Is that my Glimmer?
into the rocks, and Glimmer's holding on the back of Toothjaw.
Oh, I was so worried when we didn't see you at first. Oh, I go and I give her a big hug.
What? I'm gonna go. We're keeping going this way, right? I picked up your trail last night, and then I heard a bunch of bells earlier.
That was Maluk's. He fell in the bells again.
Yeah, I was just gonna keep going. It's
Uh,
well, so I thought I'd investigate, and I saw you guys. So, yeah. Are you still going?
Yeah, we're still going. Are you still going?
Yeah, I'll at least go that far, and I'll figure something out. But I'm gonna trail on the side of the woods a little bit here. I saw some deer earlier, so maybe I could get some fresh game. But I'll be kind of trailing off in the woods a little bit from you guys. It's a little rocky on this southern side, but I'm sorry, yeah, on the southern side, but this northern side's got some more small.
Okay.
smaller.
Well, you just signal to us or holler if you need anything, okay?
Well, if you hear a howl, we're okay.
Good girl. You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
so
All right.
Okay. All right.
So as you guys start to make your way again, this kind of weaving in and out of these large boulders and making your way up, this hilly mountainous region is really, I mean, it's dotted with foresty areas and things like that. But again, you spend pretty much the day just trekking along and not really seeing much of anything. I mean, you see birds and an occasional, maybe a badger or something, just out of random animals. Nothing in particular. But you do all at some point, 5, 6, 7 hours into this, you do notice that the side of this mountain that you're kind of coming around and maybe taking a quick peek at the map, you do kind of get this feeling like we're closer than we should be, or we're really close to wherever this is. So whoever needs to, let's get them to make a survival check for me.
Who's got survival?
I thought it was Endymion. No?
Have him try because mine was terrible.
Yeah,
And
Sabrina and I
somebody
have
can help.
I-
It's not a big deal.
advantage. What is it? Oh, you already did this. Wait, what was that? Okay, 19. Oh, 26.
So even with a 19, or that's without your modifier, 26, 40, 31. This area is starting to look worked. And what I mean by that is there are evident signs of tailings. So these are man-made rock structures of probably stone that's been quarried out of a mine that is unusable. It doesn't have, it's not ore bearing in any way, or that there's smaller piles that look like they've been crushed up a little bit finer. But you're getting a lot of evidence, maybe even a pickaxe head or something like that. You're getting evidence that this is an area that has been mined. What do you guys want to do?
I think we're close to what we're looking for.
And
Should we-
seeing with how many of us know where this place is us, I mean, there's a good chance.
Let's double check the journal and maybe the map and see if there's a good place to go in at.
And
So, like skimming through the journal, does it
Okay.
seem like there was only ever one entrance into
So there
the
used
place?
to be a main entrance to like anything else. There is some indication that there may be a secondary entrance after a cave-in had occurred. But it may have been a little bit more east than the main entrance.
I'm not taking another secret entrance.
Well, I don't think it's a secret entrance like last time, because the main entrance, I think it's very vague, but it seems like there was a cave in, so they had to make a secondary entrance.
Should we, I don't know, kind of go in a bit quiet just in case somebody else is here?
Yeah, let's at least look the place over just in case there's any sneaky traps because what it sounds like the spider person knows that this is where it is anyway. So expect a little bit of resistance, guys.
So you guys can continue on.
Yeah, we are trying to be quiet about it, though. I think was the consensus. We're heading towards that main entrance, but we're trying to keep an eye out for any activity and be a little quiet about it.
Where you would believe this main entrance pot. I mean, looking at how this is, where the tailings are, looking at the structure, it looks like it looks like it's been long caved in this area, mudslide, something naturally occurring. There is in this area. How long do you want to spend in this area?
I don't think long enough to be noticed. I think we are moving, but we're moving like we're trying to get into the entrance, I think, but we just try not to be too trepidatious, but not be stomping in all loud either.
Right. There doesn't seem to be a what you would think a main entrance would be or look like in this area, in this immediate area that you're in. And if you continue by it a little bit, I will give. I don't want to do a whole party check for perception, but somebody can do a perception with advantage if they want. I know you're all looking for the same thing at least.
Who's good at it? Chino is good at it.
I have a +2.
Not me.
+3.
So it looks like a 4 from Endymion.
Chanel got an 18. I can give it a shot just to see.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Yeah.
Well, you get advantage because we're helping.
Here, I'll do it.
And Endymion should look around if he's got the best bonuses.
Because I know passive is.
I'll give you help on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the same. 18. Yeah.
What you can see as you start to come around the corner, it's a ways away, but you can see an area that looks like it's been traveled. And you can start to make out what seems to be a natural cave opening. It's not hidden. It's just a kind of a natural kind of cave opening.
Well,
does it seem like this entrance has had a lot of foot traffic or cart traffic since?
Okay, so I'm going to put you about
hauling the stuff out.
I'm going to put you about 60 feet away from it. You can notice that this looks. I mean, given an overall perspective, this looks like, looking at the map, things like that, this may be that kind of round the hill, the less rugged way to get in. And you are seeing, I mean, there are signs of worn down areas and things like that. You know, the grass is matted down in areas. But again, this is kind of a 60-foot vision from it.
Gudrun and his brothers found this place. They might have left some supplies here. I mean, maybe. Just thinking.
How old do the marks in the grass and stuff look? Does it look like it was made today, or?
You're still about 60 feet away.
Well, I'll get closer.
Okay. So what I would like you to do is if somebody, the map is up in your Roll20. If somebody wants to share that map, I'll put it up.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't know if you've got the shadow up or if the map's loading in.
No, you've got to scroll down.
You're all the way in the far. Yeah, you're way down in this itty bitty corner. Way down here. So, back to big map. We're gonna put you right there. At least Kithwin has moved up. Don't worry about making any rolls for it. Does it look like anything's been there in the past day? No. 2 days? No. With maybe a nature or survival check, one of those two, you could roll for me if you'd like. Doesn't look like anything's been by here in a few days. Let's put it that way.
That's a natural 20 on a survival check. I'm a monk.
Okay.
You're
an amazing monk. You're like a ranger monk. You're like a ranged monk. You can tell that what we can tell is that there hasn't been a lot of activity in this per se. Does it appear an individual, two individuals, 5, 6 individuals may have gone in the past week or two? Sure. However that's determined, sure. But it's not like thousands of people trampled over this. There are no giant, wagon tracks. There's no fresh dung from horses or any other kind of beasts of burden. But as you start to look around a little bit more, you do see this again, this cave entrance.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like anybody's been here super recently, at least not a large group, maybe 1 or 2. So keep on your guard, but I think we're mostly okay.
So if you want to get a closer look, you could always borrow my spyglass and want to take a peek.
Oh, I mean, unless you want to take a peek.
There's also
my guess. Be my guess.
I was say there's also, I can send my familiar real quick. If it's 60, I could order my familiar to take a peek real quick and
take a peek where?
Familiar, by the way.
Towards up.
Take a peek where, sir?
Just near the entrance, because it's 60 feet away, right? And I can have my familiar move up to 100, but they have speed of.
The area that you're in there's not a lot of shrubs. There's not a lot of anything. Where I'm going to post you guys up at are some large boulders at best, just to give you some feeling of you're trying to kind of maintain some kind of hidden.
All right, so I'll for sure use my my spyglass first to get a real close look up at the entrance to see if I can make out anything.
Just
I know where.
Just looks like a cave entrance, or just looks like a cave entrance. Yep.
All right. Yep, guys, that's totally Liz's cave entrance.
So you're flying your bat up there
to the cave entrance.
The bat should have dark vision, right?
Yeah. It uses
they're blind.
Blind sight, so it's echo.
Yeah, so it's echolocation. It does not. He cannot see through it in that manner.
Archimedes doesn't want to go.
You get a clear. So explain to me that you send your bat out. It goes 60 feet to the cave entrance. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the enters the cave entrance. You'll release some clicks to try to get that area. If there's if she can make out, because you said there was pickaxes and stuff like that. Maybe they left some stuff near the entrances. Anything she can make out.
And how is this? And how is this communicating to you?
Telepathically. So it'll just tell me the info with my connection I have. So this is my familiar.
It's going to tell you the info?
Yes.
Okay.
But it has to do a quick perception for it. Let me just my extras so I can know what
it's a bat. I just want you to understand that.
Yeah. So it's a plus perception, passive perception of 11. And there's no. Yeah, it has a +1 modifier on the wisdom. So it's a 20. Telepathic communications. Let's see what it sees. 6. Might as well just not 5. So it'll just flap around in the cave entrance to see what it can pick up with its echolocation.
So is it going to fly in 40? Is it going to fly in the additional 40 feet?
Not that far in, probably like the 20 in, just to. And it has the blind sight for 60 feet, so it'll just do like a quick, if it can pick up.
Okay.
But it's pretty. Is there like
So I'm trying to explain this to you in bat, because a bat doesn't actually have blind sight. It has no blind sight. It actually, it can hear well, so it's sending out its little, and you're getting a very rough feeling in your head telepathically that this is a rough cave, natural cave entrance, with no specific features other than, like a pillar or a stalactite or a stalagmite.
So what's your familiar telling you? Also, have you given it a name yet?
Bill.
Bill Bats.
Bill
she's just
Bat.
saying it's the same thing I saw. It's just a regular old cave entrance there. Nothing stalagmites, nothing standing out.
Okay, we have learned the cave is a cave.
Let me double check, because I do want to double check something on Reddit real quick. Hold on one second.
Or a door.
Unless
What?
Maluk has an answer for me.
What are we looking up for the familiar stuff?
Well, according to this, what I
Okay.
have and what I know, trying to. So if the individual was going to go into their trance, which he never said he was going to go into his trance, and hear and see from it, I don't know what he would see.
So
Also he can't hear or see us while he's doing it, right?
that is
Yeah,
correct.
but I
He
never
can
went into the trance
communicate.
though, because I can use an action to see through
Then-
it, but I can
I-
always. But since it's a familiar, if it's within 100,
You need to go into a trance to be able to see or hear from it, though.
Yeah.
You just said it wait. You can
Okay.
call it
Okay.
back.
Okay. Hold on.
though I
The
think
familiar can communicate with him telepathically
Yeah.
if it is within 100 feet. It does not
Right.
need to borrow senses or anything like that. He can, as an action, look through the familiar's senses himself, so he can kind of get that information first person instead of hearing about it second person. So basically, now it's not saying like the bat can communicate common or anything like that, but he gets the information regardless
Right.
because it's like a sensation of what.
Right, and that's why I was trying to say that's whether or not he was using the trance. He can't see, he can't hear.
You don't have to trance in order to
That's
hear
a
it.
tricky one for me.
It's basically one of those. It's like, hold on, I need to see this for myself, and then you just warg out.
Yeah.
But no, you're doing it correctly.
Okay.
And also, bats are not blind, so they just
So
have blind sight as well.
So D&D Beyond, we'll go by what that says. We'll reject all that, and it says, I really expected to see through a bat, but the DM has ruled that I can't. Let's see.
You're going to Reddit for answers?
No,
Not
no,
to get Reddit down my ass, but don't go there for answers.
This is D&D Beyond. No, Reddit is usually what
Okay.
pops up first with 1,000 different things, and I have to scroll through it. But for right
Is
now,
there a stat block for a bat?
there is. It's in the back of the player's handbook.
Yeah, I posted it. It says senses, blind sight 60 feet, because controller popular bats do use their eyes. And it has the echolocation. The bat can't use its blind sight while deaf and keen hearing.
Are you pulling that up from a
I think
from
that's
the D&D monster manual or the
So
Where
I
are you
brought it
going
up
there?
on D&D Beyond,
yes.
and it says echolocation. The bat can't use its blind sight while deafened. So echolocation is blind sight. However, if the bat gets deafened, he cannot use it. That is the ruling on D&D Beyond.
Okay. So
So
either
as long as
way,
the bat isn't deafened, he does have a blind sight type thing.
so either way, you see this rough structure of a naturally occurring cave entrance, 40 feet deep, 60 feet deep because you can down it, but you only go down 40 feet, 100 feet down it. Well, are you continuing on more than the 40 feet? You will be out of range.
No, I'm not, because for
Okay.
that reason, because I'll be down. So I'll just
Okay.
recall it.
Also, fun fact, they have a keen hearing, which means the bat
Yeah.
has advantage on wisdom
Okay.
perception checks.
Yeah.
I could have thrown another out.
Yeah, that's at the bottom of this one too in the player's handbook, I think.
No, we're all good.
Yeah. Okay. It's not like, for me, it wasn't like an owl. Let's put it that way. And how people use an owl, it was just a little different. But other than that, you're getting these very kind of, I mean, at the cave entrance itself, I mean, there might be some kind of indication that there are other than, I mean, I don't want to even say other than natural. There's just there would be forms that you would, or shapes that you would recognize as maybe a keg of some sort, maybe a boot of some sort, but that's really all you're gonna get. You know, those kind of shapes. What you
But
guys
yeah,
do?
like I said, when I looked, just she kind of just confirmed that, yeah, it's just an entrance. Doesn't look like there's anybody there.
Yeah, that I guess that's the primary thing for you, for what I'm understanding, is you're looking for there's somebody over there trying to jump out at you guys, and you see nothing that gives you that indication that there's any kind of thing waiting to jump out at you that you can perceive.
Well, I guess we should just go then.
Time like the present.
Last one to the entrance is a
Alright.
rotten egg.
Oh, shit.
Kithwin dashes.
Tries to keep up. She's a monk, so she's so fucking fast.
So where you guys are on at the map right now
The
is
short
gonna
little
be,
legs.
it's going to be the entrance. Yeah, you see these little legs. Is going to be the entrance for a second.
Sonic
So
spin.
let me describe some of this, because one thing we need to make clear is that as you start to peer inside of this tunnel entrance, you're going to see some things. But I also want to make mention that Kithwin and Malukes, I still believe you do not have dark vision, correct? And it is dark in there.
Oh, I'm fully running into the darkness. I am still an unexperienced adventurer.
I am protected in your dark vision. Let's yeah. So I'm just like, I run into there and I go, wait a second, and I will grab the pendant, the diamond on my that leather cord, and just cast light on it,
Okay.
just so we can kind of see around us.
Not a problem. And I don't know if we'll need it today, but we'll need it next week. I'll make a little area so we can travel that around with you, so that you have a
Apparently
little.
they're updating maps, so
Yeah, I saw that today too. I haven't opened it yet. So the entrance tunnel leads into a large natural cavern supported by a pillar of rock. In the western part of this cave, behind the pillar, are 3 bedrolls and a heap of ordinary supplies. You guys can see all of this. So what I'm going to do is actually, because that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, that's why the bat would be able to see a little bit of this, but wouldn't have been able to see the entirety. They just caught the edge because it's about that far. And let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And let's just make this easy on everybody by going like that. Going like this. I'm just going to give you the whole thing to make it easy up to about this point until you tell me you've gone any farther. Of course, you can't see around the corner, but you guys can move up to that little, just the entrance for right now. That would help me out.
I skitter to a halt and realize I can't see shit.
Yes, it's quite dark in here. Well, Maluk's has a little glow around him now.
Well, this little light of mine, I am going to let it shine.
Yeah. So that portion of it, you can make out sacks of flour, barrels, casks of casks of meat, casks that look like they would contain salted meat. You see some lanterns, some flasks of oil. I mean, a lot of stuff, gear, mining gear.
Is there like dust on it or anything? Like, because you said there hasn't been people through this area, or at least in that entrance area, for a little while.
Right. Probably about a week or so. But the one thing that you do see amid the supplies is the body of a dwarf.
Shit. Mine's more time.
The northeastern section of the cave has collapsed. So that you guys can go. I'll give you that too. It's not a big deal. So
Any
this section,
family resemblance to Gundren or?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shanoa, what you doing?
Are there I was gonna say, is there any kind of like clan tattoo or anything on said dwarf?
Do you go up to the body? That would be my only question.
Is there any kind of like clan symbol or tattoo on any of the dwarf's belongings?
We're going to put, let's just make it even easier on you guys. Let's do this.
Again.
Come on. And I can't make it easier because my keyboard shut off. Oh, there we go. Come on. Alrighty.
Oh, Brina, you should drop down Tara. She'll love it in here.
Let's see.
Like before she even gets her, opens the bag and just chops out like, okay, and then like, just stay close, all right, and don't get too big. I'm trying to be sneaky.
I'm gonna do it this way.
The ball just kind of like bounces.
So that little red dot, we're gonna, because I don't know why it won't pull up dwarf. That little red dot, for all intensive purposes, is going to be the body. So Shanoa, you being that close to the body, you definitely recognize who that is. That is Gundren's brother, Tharden. You have seen this dwarf.
It's
before.
not Gundren, but it's Thundren, his brother. Does it? How long? Is the body like decomposing, or is it still fresh?
You can give me a check. What skill would you like to use?
It would be medical, right?
Medicine?
Yeah, we'll do medicine.
Okay.
Let's do where. 17.
A week, maybe a little over a week.
And does it a blatantly obvious cause of death?
Oh, that's real scary.
We're going to say that the most obvious thing would be some piercing and bludgeoning damage, but no weapons.
Okay. Upon realizing who it is, I'll just kind of say like, I'm sure there's probably some like in Dwarvish, some kind of like last rites or like prayer or something like that.
Okay.
And
Is
if,
there-
I don't know if his eyes are open. I would kind of like close his eyes if his eyes are open. I don't.
Okay.
Is there like a cloak or something nearby?
There is a cloak or something nearby. His cloak, his clothes. They don't. need to
Something
be-
I could like just lay over at him to give him some dignity.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I actually do hate to say this, but maybe we should loot the body just to see if he has anything on him that could help us. I'll give you help on that.
At 22 to kind of like look around him, find
that was
something
good.
to cover him
Sorry.
with, maybe if there's anything important.
Okay. Well, as soon as you pick up the cloak, you notice that this cloak is not just an average cloak. There's something very special about this cloak in the way it's made, in the way it feels. I mean, you've been around plenty of cloaks and clothing in your time. This just feels and seems a little different.
Arcana.
I'll let someone else take a look at it if anybody has identify.
I don't think anyone does have identify here.
I can do an Arcana check for you. That's about it.
Yeah, you should give it a shot as well. I'm looking at with a 13.
Okay.
Well, I was going to use this as like.
Well,
I was going to
got
use this as
20.
like. Yeah, 20. That's awesome.
Net,
It's like I was going to use
net
this as like
20
a
plus
shroud, but
5. So 25
what-
for Arcana. Check it.
Okay. This, again, being a learned person as well, this does look out of the ordinary to you. It looks to be maybe even from prompting from Maluks in the textile industry. This isn't textile that you've seen before. You do have some recollection of certain materials that are used for protection, and that's about all you're going to get out of it.
Oh,
Uh,
I think I know what this is above game then.
I think
above game. Do you think it's a pithy or
No,
no?
definitely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. It should not be that. But
Sabrina kind of. Oh, sorry. Sabrina kind of look at it and just be like, "All I'm getting is protective. Whatever was used to make it, it's meant to protect. That's all it's telling me."
Well, maybe it can do a
Not
good
to
job
speak
of
ill
protecting
will of the
him.
dead, it didn't do very well for him.
Good lord, is the man's body even cold yet, Shanoa? Kith was in the middle of trying to have a
I
moment.
know the family. They would have thought it was funny. Look, I know the family. They would have thought it was funny. They would have given him a hard time for this.
Well,
regardless,
They're a weird family.
we might be able to use this.
well, you can hang on to it if you want.
Actually, maybe Sabrina should use this.
Yeah.
Protection. It might help.
Plus, you can always trade it for like a tent. Maybe lay him down in a tent.
I'm pulling a tarp of one of the tents out to cover over him.
Can you hit this with a prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation?
Yeah. It kind of smells like dwarf.
Like I go and pinch my
Alcohol?
nostrils with like my whole hand, and I just reach out and flick the cloak, and all the dust and decay and everything just
Poops away.
off of it.
Right. Here, Brina. It might help.
Okay. I mean, couldn't hurt.
And I
take
just
the
kinda-
cloak, right?
Yeah.
So are you wearing this cloak?
Okay, see if
After-
you can attune to it.
I'm gonna put it away and tune to it later.
Okay.
Let me
Oh yeah.
turn my back.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair
Like
enough.
we need to do that.
Okay. No problem.
In the meantime, she just kind of like apologizes to the poor guy. I'm sorry, I tried. But you have nice things. I'm sorry. God's rest, whichever one you followed. Amen.
Hey,
Tries to like mimic whatever Shinoa just did, just because she didn't want to walk away from the body without saying something.
I mean,
I
Shanoa's a freaking paladin. At least do paladin stuff. You bully. Bully in the dead. Great.
say his name was.
Yes, ma'am.
Arms there.
So question for I guess more above game. If Sabrina had taken the flowers that bloomed, could she throw them onto the ground and make more bloom to like put with the body?
So, okay, so you acted. Where did you pick up these flowers from?
From the tent, like
Okay,
when I was,
so
like, I
the
grabbed
flowers from the tent, and then you put them in your pocket, or you put them in a
and
pouch.
I have like this bag that I have all of my soil and stuff in.
Okay, so
Bag.
you reach back down into the bag,
Mhm.
however you're keeping them, and there are no flowers there. There are actually
Oh.
a handful of seeds, and I'll let you roll a 1d12 to determine how many seeds you have.
Okay. I'm just gonna do it here. There goes. Oof, 5.
Okay.
I have 5 seeds.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take 3 of them, throw them onto the ground with some of my soil, and try to bloom the flowers back out.
Okay, and you see them indeed kind of bloom out a little bit, small little flowers. They seem to have droplets of dew on each of the petals.
Thanks, Brina.
I kind of pick them up with the soil and lay them right next to him, like something to mark the grave, you know.
Or at least we can recover the body later and get it back to Gundren.
So
Did you
this
say his name? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Would you say his name was Shinoa?
Thundrin.
Sorry, Thunder. We'll be back later.
just
Hey,
for
what's-
you to keep track of, it's Tharden, Tharden.
Start.
Um,
Oh,
and
sorry.
then so there is Gundren, who is Gungeon Rockseeker. You've been talking to him. He's the one who hired you. Then there
That's
is her first brother is Tharden, Tharden, and then his other brother is Nundro, Nundro. Just to keep track. And Nundro is the younger of the brothers. Just to let you know, Tharden was the eldest.
Elder brother.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
And just to give you a little perspective, that area to your northeast, that's actually, let me give you a brief description of it. That's where the cavern has collapsed, forming a 10-foot wide, 20-foot deep pit. You do see that there is a sturdy hemp rope is tied around one of the 3 stalagmites in the cavern, dangling into the pit. So maybe this closest one on the right-hand side.
Well, I guess we can keep moving on. There's that rope there.
Does it look like there's anything on the other side of this pit?
It's a wall.
It is a wall. Okay.
Yeah,
I kind of step over and go, all right, well, I guess we go down. How deep is this pit?
What I say, 10 feet deep.
Oh, okay. I mage hand, grab the rope, and bring it over.
Oh, I'm sorry, 20 foot deep, 10 feet wide. Sorry about that.
Got it. I just look at everyone else and go, all right, just
So
be
I kinda-
careful going down.
Pick up the rope and tug on it. Does it
Seems sturdy.
seem like it is secured tightly to that pillar?
It seems sturdy. It's been used, but it seems sturdy.
I'll test it out.
Okay. You make your way down, Kithwin?
I'll go down about halfway just to kind of like test it, make sure it feels sturdy.
Okay.
Take a look down, see if there's anything at the ground that I can see from 10 feet up.
Okay, just give me just roll me a d20.
Okay. Uh, sorry, did you hear me? 18.
Oh, you're down fine. You're as far as you want to go, and you're like, this is pretty damn secure as far as you're concerned.
It seems okay, guys.
There's a little bit of dirt and rock kind of, falling in as you're going down, but it looks pretty secure. And the more you kind of go down, you can actually see where several people have used this same thing. If you were to go to the left or to the right of it to go down it's kind of crumbly. This area is not so crumbled. It's been used.
Okay, I'll just finish
So
heading down and kind of like wiggle the rope to signal to the others that it's cool for the next person.
Okay. Give me a quick perception check while you're down there. And who
alright,
else is
I'll go
following?
down.
Okay.
Is
Just
it
give me-
still dark? Would it be at
I'll go down
disadvantage?
next.
Or
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It is pitch black.
I'll do
down
it at
there.
disadvantage. It's a 10.
Okay. Who's coming down next?
Me. I'll go down next.
Okay.
So what am I rolling? Just a d20?
Just random d20.
Athletics.
15.
Okay, you're fine. You can make it all the way down. You roll a perception check as well, please.
Hey,
Kithwin.
Sheila, you got light on you?
My eyes.
Oh, good.
16.
Okay. Who else is coming down? Or are we staying right there for the moment?
I bring the rope back to me and offer it to one of the other two.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay. Just a random d25 is fine.
So with that 16, do I see anything out of the ordinary?
A 9.
Okay.
A 9? You're fine.
Do you want to bring up the rear, Andy?
Yeah, I'll cover you. Just while I go in.
All right, I'll be the next one down the rope.
Okay. Just a random d20.
19.
You're good.
Get down to the bottom. Now that there's light down here,
Okay. And Dimian, are you coming down as well, or are you going to stay up there for a moment?
I'll walk to the edge and tell them, like, it's all right, you guys have some space for me down there because I'm going to go now, I guess. And then I'll.
you can see down here, so we're good.
Yes.
Oh, the other two also. And then 1d20.
Yeah.
Roll dice. A 12.
Okay. You're fine. So, Kithwin,
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
when you first get down there, Shanoa's making her way down as well. Shanoa's about on that bottom, the bottom foot or so, ready to step onto that surface, the same surface that you were on at the bottom of the pit. Maybe another person is starting to make their way down. You two, Shanoa, you notice that there is off to that is the east, I believe. Off to the east of you, there is looks like a shaft that has been dug out. Yeah, but you also hear this. It almost sounds like the faint, like you're getting to the beach and you hear those pounding waves at the beach. But you know you're nowhere near you're nowhere near the ocean, but that's the sound that you can that you feel. You both feel it.
Why does it
And
sound like
it
the
feels
sea
like
in
it's
there?
and this is emanating from that shaft to the east.
It seems to be kind of just echoing since you're there a little. You can hear it coming from that area, yes. But it's also kind of just
Okay.
around you in the space around you.
That is an ominous shaft. Uh,
That's what she said.
Sorry, what's going on?
high five between Shanoa and and Kidwin. All right, so do we go down the ominous shaft with the ocean sounds, or do we go with the other shaft? Which shaft are we going with?
I don't know what an ocean sounds like, so
Oh, it sounds like a lot of water, right?
Well,
I don't hear
can't be
crap.
worse than all the other times. We can't be worse than a back entrance. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the echo. It sounds like the river waves back home, but magnified.
You going the other way, Malux?
Well, I say we.
Maluk's is just doing a little perimeter check for the moment. See if there's like any, if this is like a ravine that came through sometime. So if there's like an opening over here as well.
There is another
Oh.
shaft there,
Oh,
another small shaft.
Any ocean sounds out of this one?
At the present time, no. Let me give you a little bit more features.
okay.
This area that you're in, and most of the area, unless I otherwise describe it, is cold. It's damp. It's a little drafty. It feels like whether you're at either one of the entrances, that kind of shafty entrances at the bottom of this pit, that a light breeze is being sucked in. You did notice when you heard that kind of that wave crashing kind of sound. You did notice that the air pulsed for a second as it felt like maybe it was being pushed back just for a second. And then you could barely hear it. Almost imperceptible, but you definitely could feel it. Most of all the tunnels, unless otherwise noted, are approximately 10 feet tall. Most of this area that you're going to be going through. This whole area is rough cut stone for right now, including the floor, and there is no light, and there are many stalagmites found within these natural kind of areas right now that you're in. So little baby ones.
Does there appear to be more foot traffic going to the east tunnel or the west tunnel?
How about you guys use some skill checks? What would you like to use as your skill check for that?
Let's do a
Survival, I think.
Yeah.
Perception.
No.
I'm gonna go
Performance.
perception.
Performance. I'm going to pick locks. Hold on.
16. I'm gonna intimidate those tracks.
I'm going to tell you that it
So
seems
16 perception.
It seems to be equal in a way, possibly a little bit more near the one that you're at, maybe because it's closer to the rope. But there is no clear indication that one is used more than the other.
Well, do we want to go left or right?
Flip a coin.
We can do that.
I'll take out a coin and I'll flip it, and by that I mean I'm going to Google.
A
Uh,
1d2. Well,
I have a penny.
You could do 1d6. You could do the penny in her hand. You could,
We could just do odds or evens.
all right.
that's true.
Left heads, right tails. Yeah.
Okay.
Flipping.
Okay.
Well, it says heads, so that's left.
Okay. So I guess we go this way.
So did the penny, and I find that funny.
Goodbye, ominous sound.
We'll check that out later. I feel like we have to check that out at some point, but maybe check our rear first.
anything else you're doing down there while you're down there?
I guess there's nothing else in this pit other than like the walls and everything like that. So
Okay.
no bodies down here.
Let me
I
check.
think there would be bodies thrown down here, seeing it's a pit. But
Well,
if people are going through here, then I guess you wouldn't put bodies here.
Were there any references in the journal to this part of the map, like part of the cave, or does the journal end when we hit the entrance?
pretty much ends when you hit the entrance. So but Luke, since you said it, give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Perception. I have light, so I don't have to roll with disadvantage. That's a 1.
Okay.
You trip
Keep
on
on
some more
going.
bells.
Yes. Well, you know what's funny is you trip. Let's do it this way then. We'll make something happen out of nothing. As you're making your way over to that corner, up to that side, and kind of inspecting it and looking in, you trip, take a knee. Nothing bad happens, except for as you take a knee and put your hand down to kind of press yourself back up, maybe to stand. You uncover what seem to be some dirty rags that are covered up by. I'm just going to tell you, it's kind of like a natural kind of a cave in, small.
There's rags down here, then there might be something to be. I'll give it a general unearthing, see if there's anything in here.
So as you start going through it, you start to see. You kind of start, making your way through it, and you kind of start to see this. Well, an elbow pop out.
Oh, found another one.
And then a forearm.
Those are usually attached to elbows. Okay, cool. We still have the whole piece.
It's definitely kind of off color. Small. Looks goblinoid.
Well, Glimmer did not come in here with us, so I'm not too worried. But I'm going to try to carefully extract this.
Okay.
It's probably a body.
So as you start to pull and inspect this body as you're pulling it out, the first thing that pops out at you, because you've seen plenty of these, is that this strange goblinoid has an elongated head.
Oh.
And its body is dressed in filthy rags, tattered, kind of. That's really about it.
Is there acid scoring on it by any chance?
I'm sorry, is there what?
Is there the telltale signs of acid burns along its face or anywhere by any chance?
The only thing that you see on this is that give me a quick medicine check.
Yep, definitely. I need to know. Six.
There are green streaks on the skin.
But definitely not a Two-Face sort of moment where this might be someone I burned previously.
No.
Okay, cool.
This uh, give me a quick perception check. Sorry.
I feel like I have a good idea. I know what this is, but
Okay.
If this is not the one, then natural 20 for a 22.
Okay. You go over this kind of with a fine-tooth comb. The one thing that stands out from you, because you've seen plenty of the Kragmaw symbols, clothing,
Yeah.
things that are very representative of the Kragmaw clan or group of goblins and other creatures that run around with them. This has none of those. This has nothing says Kragmaw about this in any way, shape, or form. I mean, you look in the inner sewing of the lining of this, and there's nothing in there. It doesn't say property of Kragmaw. There's nothing in there.
I don't recognize the name on the underwear.
No. It's written. It's written in a font that you have to spend 14 gold to get. So
Great. I'm not spending that money. I look at over
It says
bit.
Victoria's Secret.
So there's nothing in its pockets or anything like that. So I'm sitting here.
It may look as well as the pockets were actually turned inside out. It has nothing on it. It's just in the remnants of rags.
Nice.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
We have goblin bandits or whatever you would call these, and I gesture to the head.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened?
Rocks fell and it died. But my guess is that it came here with others, and they fleeced this one for all it's worth, and then just left him here. So
Well, I guess we need to be on our guard.
but there's no. The last one I saw of these guys, because I've seen this before, and it was hanging out with one of the Kragmaws. Well, the guy who shot me.
Is this
There's no gang affiliation, or there's no bandit markings or anything like here. So this is weird.
Do you think maybe they were being used for labor? Like Glimmer told us about?
I don't think they are labor goblins. These don't strike me as labor types. These guys hurt.
Mm.
This is weird.
Oh wait, so this is like the psychic goblin you were telling about?
Yeah, the kind that made my brain hurt.
Oh, that's not good.
We might have more of these guys in here. Maybe. I don't know. But the thing is, I don't recognize this one, which means that the one I'm worried about is still out there. So, yeah. Yeah, there's more of them out there. That's a problem. Okay. Well, we're going this way, right, guys?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, unless that was a bad omen to maybe go the other way.
I think we'll be fine? Question mark. But I kind of start moving some of the rocks back onto it.
Okay. Oops. Hold on. Let me. So we're all going to go down that little chute.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get this real quick.
Sword and shield are both out, by the way.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and activate my staff.
Okay.
I will bring a torch out, prestidigitation, but I'm gonna use my fire breath because it's cooler. Just and light up a torch.
Okay.
Nice.
So flavor wise, it's fire breath. It's not.
So how big is the opening of this shaft?
It's
What's that
Not
in
that big.
decameters?
I don't think I want to go down there now. I don't want to go down there now.
It's dug out pretty well. It's going to be probably 5 or 6 feet tall, 5 or 6 feet wide. It's not. You won't have to. Let's put it this way. I mean, if you think about it, dwarves went through here, so it's like dwarven size. You see a goblin there, maybe a goblin went through it. It's goblin size. So the area. It's not normal. It's just looks like it was dug out, but it was dug out with purpose.
Well, so you guys will have to crouch. I'll have to RE crawl.
Watch your head.
So I can just walk on through, no problem.
Yes.
Okay.
And what I'll do, if you guys can put yourself in the order in which you want to go through this, I will reveal it shortly.
I'll go in after Shanoa.
Okay.
I guess I'll stick to the middle.
Okay. And do me a big favor, if we can, going forward, and I'll remind you next week as well. Going forward, when you move yourself into a space, please put yourself in a square. That matters a lot in this. Okay, just to let you know. If something is to occur and you're halfway over a space and you're like, oh no, I was going to be in the space above that, it may still affect you. I just want to make that clear to everybody. Shanoa, since you do have dark vision, I will give you, see if I can do this right for you. Let's just at least give you that much for a second. You can kind of see this kind of goes through, dug out. You can definitely see how it's it's dug out to a point in which it all of a sudden looks like an area that is has roughly smooth floors of natural stone. The walls look to be a hewed stone. They're kind of, for the most part, this looks like it's, this isn't just a cave. This is actually a feature that something is dug out. In a dwarven sense, to put it that way.
Okay.
If you guys want to make your way through there, that is fine by me. Because what we're going to do, you guys popped out right there. So what you basically can see from this is that this area, I mean, it looks like, I'll give you the rest, some more of it. It looks like there are numerous intersections and passageways. The ceiling here is only about 6 feet tall, and several of the passages end in particularly excavated rock faces, so they're not finished faces. So I will give you at least something like this for now, something like this for now. Maybe I'll give you a better view down here for now. Maybe about that far. That's about 60 feet.
Okay. Listening, do I hear anything using
I'm glad you asked.
a 19 perception?
Well, you all hear, I'll give you something different with that 19 as well. You all hear at the same time, again, this wave crashing sound. Sounds a little different than what you heard before. Again, it's a small or slight pulse of wind coming from in front of you, where Shanoa is standing, kind of hits your body. It's not very loud, but it's enough to make me want the entire party to make a perception check, unless they want to rely on Shanoa's check, which will be used up. That's up to you guys. So use Shanoa's check or make a
Eight.
group perception check.
I made an 18 perception. If anyone wants to do the group one.
Dirty 20 for me.
Okay, so we're using a group. So there's 18,
We're using
20,
group.
that's 19
14.
average. 14 and 19 is 33. So that's what 34 is 33, 32, 18, 16. 16 average, 16
Yeah.
point something.
Yeah, because I got a 17. So.
17 average. Shnoa, that would be an independent one outside of your 18.
Just got 19, looks like.
Shnoa.
What?
Oh, did you want to use your 18 or did you want to use an independent roll?
I'll stick with the 19.
Or the 19. Okay. So using up your perception check, you all kind of at the same time go, that sound that we just heard, there may be a pattern to this. And even if you give it just amongst yourselves, approximately 2 minutes later, you hear the same sound. So you guys determine that this is coming in approximately 2 minute intervals. Okay. So you can use that as you wish, but that's what you're hearing. It's not very loud here, but you can, it's coming from somewhere in front of you.
This must be where the name comes from.
You mean the
Shall we
echo?
continue?
Sally forth.
Guys making your way out?
Yeah, I'm guessing we're keeping to our marching order.
Okay.
Look back and right and left as me with the light kind of enters into the intersection.
Okay.
So,
Hold on, Shinoa. I think what we're gonna do is this. I think what we'll do is this. We're gonna do initiative next week after I do this for you.
yeah, with the amount of light I'm providing, I can see up and down these. Oh dear!
Oh boy! Hey, our first slime!
I don't think that's Tara. I don't think that's Tara. That's Big Tara. That's
No,
Big
that's not
What is
Tara.
that?
That's not Tara. She's in my bag.
As this massive, almost engulfing the entire area, this ochre colored oozed jelly kind of wobbles its way around and down the corner and definitely towards you.
Oh
But we're
god,
gonna
it's a danger peanut butter.
Ah! I wonder if I can punch it.
But we're going to leave it right there for next
Peanut
week.
butter. Oh no.
And we're going to go ahead and do initiative next week when we start off.
Ah!
We're fighting a little orchery jelly. Orchard jelly.
Orchard jelly.
Jelly.
Apple flavored.
One of the funner jellies. At least it's not it's not from the pudding family. The puddings are like nasty. So
Oh dear.
but just keep in mind here's where it starts.
Oh boy. Hooray!
So
Okay.
with all that information, the party coming through, gaining some light, seeing what's going on, getting their bearings, looking down the corridor as Malux's ever glowing chest piece reveals this rather nasty looking orchid jelly. We're going to stop it here for now. We're going to come back next week.
Hey!
We made it. We made it into Wave Echo Cave.
I'm gonna set this thing on fire. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. I'm gonna set it on fire.
Okay. Hey, set it on fire. Don't
So
worry
now
about
it's a flaming mound of peanut butter.
Yeah,
Sure.
don't worry about the fumes that it gives off. You're only in a confined area. It's okay. Nothing bad happens. In a less than well ventilated area.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
This is actually one of the few monsters that I above game don't know a whole lot about, so this should be fun. I
Well-
can't wait to just figure things out.
My problem is, I know there's a fucking like encyclopedia of slimes and jellies and puddings and shit like that, and I don't remember what each one does. So, fire
There's a-
is gonna be my experiment next time.
I think it goes jellies, slimes, puddings in relevance as far as danger. I think
And then there's jams,
there is a few jams in there.
a few custards.
This is good timing too, because the sleepy time chocolate I had just now is kicking my ass. So it is good timing. I need seeps.
I saw the couple of yawns. So I know
I
we got a lot of
apologize.
RP. I know we got a lot of RP done last week. We got some RP done now. You guys have a lot of fighting to do. So I'll remind you now, and I'll remind
It's
you next week.
clobbering time.
Yeah, it's fun time. It's the D&D portion of the D&D. Just make sure that you are letting me know what you guys are doing. I know you definitely said at one point we're sneaking, we're being stealthy. Continue those types of things. Make sure I know what you're doing. We'll probably put it into initiative order, but then as we're moving, we'll still only use our normal movement to proceed any farther, so we don't have everybody stampeding into one area. I wouldn't want everybody just, oh yeah, go ahead, stampede in that area. Oh, by the way, you all fell into a well and died. It just happened to be the well that took you right to one of the planes of hell. Sorry. Just to make it a little bit easier on everybody, and then also give Endymion hopefully a chance to do his sneaky, unsneaky stuff as well, because that's always a good idea. But
Yeah.
other than that,
two more towards the front.
well, put the wizards at the front. That's the way it goes. Anything for me? How are you guys doing this week? I know I'm off this Friday. I don't play this Friday. I play on Monday again at 8 p.m. Central for Shattered Awakenings. Shanoa's in that one, right? Patrick? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
And Lily.
Oh, and Lily. I'm sorry. There's like 9 of us in this freaking thing, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a big
God.
party. It's 7.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in that one. But anyway, anybody got anything? I know that Amy has to go to bed.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to be intrusive with it, but it is kicking my ass.
All right.
I'm probably going to
Very
wait longer
bad.
next time to drink it.
No
Goodness.
problem then. I'm going to call this evening, and you all have a great night. We will see you next Wednesday at 6 Central. No, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. Bye, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Devil's Night.
Halloween.